A transgender doctor has repeatedly denied trying to end the career of a colleague who complained about having to share the female changing room at a hospital in Fife. Dr Beth Upton was being cross-examined at the employment tribunal brought by nurse Sandy Peggie, who was suspended after making the complaint. Louise Cowie reports.
Dr Beth Upton returning for the 8th day of this employment tribunal in Dundee. The timeline of email exchanges between Dr Upton and superiors investigating incidents involving Sandy Peggie was under scrutiny. An encounter between Dr Upton, who is a trans woman, and nurse Peggie in the female changing rooms of Victoria Hospital in Kirkcaldy on Christmas Eve 2023 prompted the investigation. It was put to Dr Upton that a prior incident in resus, where the doctor said nurse Peggie potentially compromised patient safety, was far more serious. Nurse Peggie's barrister said, "What I want to suggest to you is that the reason for the delay in sending the email entitled Hate Incident is that you were urgently taking advice from the BMA about one or two things. Those things were the regulatory risk for you in raising such a serious professional complaint for the first time, only months after the incident, and possibly also the regulatory and disciplinary risk for you in making up a potentially career-ending allegation about a colleague that had no substance or foundation." The doctor replied, "No, that's not why it took so long. I'm not in the business of making false allegations about a colleague." Dr Upton complained to NHS Fife about Miss Peggie's behaviour after the last exchange, which the two sides dispute, claiming it was bullying. Miss Peggie was put on leave and then suspended in January 2024. It was put to Dr Upton that you were punishing Sandy. You were telling a pack of lies to get Sandy dismissed. You've done your very best to end Sandy Peggie's unblemished 30-year career as a nurse, as a punishment for defying you. The doctor replied, "I'm not interested in punishment, in retribution, in vengeance. I'm interested in a just and peaceful resolution to what could and should have been a workplace dispute. I'm interested in justice." The tribunal heard previously that a supervisor said the junior doctor should use the female changing room. Ms Peggie claims that being made to share the female changing room with Dr Upton amounts to unlawful harassment under the Equality Act. The hearing continues tomorrow. Louise Cowie, reporting Scotland, Dundee.